Good morning, challengers. How are you? It's Val Bazo over here today, and I wanted to talk to you about the meal planning and meal prep. We're rolling into the last few days of our prep week here, and I want to make sure that you're on the right track with your meal planning. I know that it's the hardest part about this whole process. It's kind of easy to stick a DVD in the player or push your play on demand, but what really it takes time and effort and practice is the meal planning and preparing it, okay? So I'm going to give you a little backstory on myself. Hold on a second. Let me take a coffee. So for me, I've always had a love of really like the fitness aspect. I've gone to the gym through the years and worked out at home or whatever I was doing, trying to stay active as best as I could. But there was always that mental disconnect with the meals, like eating. But I thought that I was doing good. I always thought that I was eating healthy. So, I would make, grilled chicken for dinner, and I would make like rice or whatever. But then we would always have a bread or an extra starch. And then we'd have dessert a lot of times, even if I thought it was healthy dessert because it was fat-free. That was always my big holdup. Or I would eat goldfish thinking that since it was fat-free, it would be okay. I would eat cheese sticks. I would eat wheat thins all the time. I was like such a cracker person because I thought that I was doing good. I would eat grapes. They're very high in sugar. It's great that it's a fruit, but I would eat like the whole container of grapes thinking that I was doing something good. Dairy, I thought that it was okay to have like milk all the time. I thought that was good for me. So between my husband and I, we would go through literally a gallon of milk in like a 24-hour period. It was crazy. I would have like just that kind of stuff really. And anything that said fat-free, diet soda, huge. I thought that it was okay for me because it said diet. So anything that said diet or low fat or fat-free or low sugar, cereal, I was a cereal addict. But I thought that, since it said whole grain on it, that it was okay. So I'm sure that some of you can relate to that feeling. But man, it really stunk when I was working out some days an hour to two a day, depending on what I was doing, and I never got results. I just thought that I was meant to have the extra layer of fluff. I figured that, I'm just a mom, so, it's okay that I have the spare tire around the midsection and hanging over my pants. Like, I just kind of grew to accept that that's what was going to happen. Until one day, I just said, I'm so tired of pulling at my shirt. I'm so tired of pulling up my pants whenever I sit down. I'm tired of just not feeling good about myself. I'm tired of saying, well, I look good for being a mom. And the looks part for me, like I feel better whenever I look how I feel on the inside. But also it was the mental, like I was always tired and cranky, and I felt like I was walking around in this cloud in a fog. I never felt like my brain could like catch up with my thought process. And my skin, it just looked like clammy and kind of icky, and my hair never grew the way I wanted it to. My nails would break off. I would always had headaches. So, I started to research nutrition a little bit more and this clean eating and what this was. Because at first I was really intimidated and I would make fun of it. I'm like, people who eat clean, they just must spend all day in the kitchen and they never go out to eat. Like, that's kind of the misconception that I gave and I got. But I just realized, I was like, wait, clean eating is really not that difficult. It's just, starting something new. So that's when I started to really portion my foods. And that's when I realized I was not eating even close to enough protein or vegetables in a day. That's when I started to realize all these little things, but it wasn't a huge change overnight. These were little changes that I made on a daily basis, okay? So it just adds up to the big picture. So whenever we go into this, I'm going to give you a screen share, and I hope that helps. You guys understand that I'm very relatable. I think most of us have been in a position like I was just talking about at least one time or another. Maybe some of you are there now, okay? So whenever we go into this, you're going to see this is a 30-day program. I want you to get yourself in the mindset now that, yes, this program is 30 days, but this process, this is a lifestyle. So your containers, your meals, your fitness, it's not something that, after 30 days you can go back to your old habits. Please get that out of your head. if you're thinking that right now. Again, I used to be that person. This is something that we're going to use to change your mindset and change your life. All right, so here we go. Let me hit screen share here, and you're going to see my screen now. First thing, if you missed the video on how to log into your Beachbody On Demand, I'm going to go through that very quickly. And some of you, you got your programs in the mail, you have your DVDs, and you have your kit, your meal booklet, meal planning booklet. That's great too. I'm just pulling it up here on Beachbody On Demand for you to see it. It's there as well. If you have not taken advantage of your Beachbody On Demand, please go back and listen to the video explaining it all. You're going to want to use it. So you can log in here at teambeachbody.com. You'll click on Beachbody On Demand right up here in the corner, and then this is what will pop up. You will log in with your email and your password that you created whenever you signed up as a challenger or as a coach, depending on how you signed up. And then your programs list. This is what will pop up. So right now we're doing Country Heat together. So you'll click on Country Heat. If you're on a different program, you can click on that and you will find the same types of information. So Country Heat, this is what pops up whenever you click on it. So we are going to start here at the eating plan, all right? So click on eating plan or get your booklet out, whichever. And here we go. Here's the front of it. This is everything. You'll feel like you're just having fun, but watch the pounds melt away. I'm going to scroll down through while I drink some coffee. All right, getting started with the Country Heat eating plan. All right, we'll show you how to find your customized Country Heat container plan and how to use the tally sheets. We are going to go through this. We've even included a sample 3-day Country Heat meal plan to help you get the hang of it the first 3 days. All right, your container food groups. Here are your containers. You're going to get some Country Heat recipes. And then in our challenge group, you're going to have Above and Beyond, and you'll get weekly meal plans, extra recipes, and all that fun stuff. You're getting started. So if you don't know yet, your containers, the green are for vegetables. The purple is for fruits. The red is for proteins, the yellow is for carbs, blue is for healthy fats, and orange is for seeds and dressings. All right, here we go. We are going to get into the nitty-gritty. So finding the container plan that is right for you. Okay, let's take a look at this. I want you to either pull out your booklet or pull out a piece of paper, whatever you have right there in front of you. Okay, I'll give you 2 seconds to get yourself all set up. And I'm going to actually pull up my calculator here on my phone so that I can do some exact calculations for you guys. So we're going to take number 1. First take your current weight in pounds and multiply by 11 to find your caloric baseline. Okay, so we'll say 150 pounds. Let's just start there. So you're going to times that by 11, and what do you get? 1650. Okay, then add 300. So you're going to add 300. And because that will be your caloric baseline, okay? That equals 1950. Now, you are going to subtract 750 from that number. So 750, that's 1200, okay? So that means that you will be in the 1200 to 1499 Plan A category. Okay, if you are aiming to lose some weight, that's whenever you're subtracting that 750. That's if you want to lose some weight, there you go. Okay, if not, then you'll stay. If you want to just maintain, then you'll stay in that Plan B category because it was $16.50 to start with, so you'd stay in that $15 to $17.99 range. Now, what happens if you're someone like me? So I'm going to take mine right now, and I will do mine. So I'm going to add 300, and then I'm going to subtract 750, and mine would come out to 870 calories. I will never only eat 870 calories. You will destroy your body. So it will say right here in your meal plan and how you're subtracting and figuring all of this out. If it drops below, if your number is below that 1200, you want to bump up to that Plan A. No matter what, that 1200 to 1500 calorie category range. All right? So what does this mean? So we'll say that we're going to do Plan A. So it means your number of containers per day is this. You would have 3 veggies, 2 fruits, 4 proteins, 2 carbs, 1 healthy fat, 1 orange with seasoned dressings, and 2 oils and nut butters, okay? That is what you would want to aim for if you are in that category. So now, next, we're going to roll down to the tally sheets. This is so easy to use these tally sheets, and my suggestion to you is to print some out. I will put some in the file section so that way you have some more that you can use, but print it out and start to get used to using them until you feel comfortable and confident in using your little containers, okay? So we'll keep on scrolling. Here's your tally sheets, shows you how to use them. And then the country heat container food groups. All right, this is important. So you have your containers, you know what category you're going to be in, how many of each container you want to use. And remember, you want to spread it out throughout the day. So you know that you have 3 veggies. So for me personally, I like to have at least 2 to 3 vegetables by lunchtime. It makes me feel better. I know that I have my vegetables in, which is the most important, veggies and protein. But also, I don't have to worry about, shoving my face full of vegetables for the rest of the day. So that's always my kind of rule of thumb. Same with protein. I try to load up at every meal. I aim for at least 30 grams of protein, which is like a normal sized piece of chicken or fish or some turkey, like a turkey burger or something, all right? So that's my suggestion for you. Next, the foods on each list are arranged according to nutritional value. Remember that. It goes in order of what is most nutritious down to the least nutritious, okay? Next, many foods are listed with specific measurements and amounts, all right? But if there's no amount, then just fill the container to the point that it can all fit where it's level. The country heat container food groups are based on actual food groups, okay, as well as the macronutrient groups. Keeping that, but keep it simple. Just load up your little container or read how many the booklet is telling you to eat of each food. Next, do I have to eat all the food? Healthy foods can be more filling than junk food packed with sugar, salt, and fat. If you find yourself filling up quickly, that's okay. Just eat what you can. But if you aren't going to finish all of your containers, make it a point of eating a little from all of the containers or rotating ones you skip each day. Okay, making sure you're trying your best to get it all in throughout the day. So kind of the strategy for staying on track. After you put your food into the containers, it's a great idea to transfer the food to a plate so you can eyeball what healthy portions look like. It's easy to underestimate portion size over time though, so keep the containers handy for a good reality check. And I will tell you, I have to give myself a reality check regularly because I start to eat too much, and I know this, and it just kind of starts to gradually grow. So reeling it back in. And sometimes, I get questions a lot, well, what if I don't want to eat the whole purple container? Do I have to eat it all at one time? This is an example. No, so like for me, in the mornings I have a half of a purple container of blueberries with my oatmeal. And then that way I can eat kind of like a lot more fruit throughout the day, but it's still within my portion controlled containers, but it's just whenever I'm hungry for it or whatever meal I'm eating at that time. And then next, your green container. So here's, for example, the best vegetable that you can eat for nutrient-wise is kale, okay? So my go-tos are usually kale. I'll eat like a kale salad, or I'll make kale chips in the oven. It's kale, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and some Mrs. Dash or some sea salt. Spinach, Brussels sprouts, and asparagus. Those are always like my go-to. And then the rest, peppers, I'll have peppers in my eggs for breakfast. But, you go all the way down. Salsa, that's the last thing on your list. It's not really going to give you the best nutrition. So if you're in here, you're like, I'm going to rock it for these next 30 days, my suggestion is to keep towards the top of the list. At least, the top 5 to 8 vegetables, eat those over the rest of them for your container fill-ups. Next, purple berries. Berries are very low in sugar, and they're very high in antioxidants, which is great for your body. They are metabolism boosters, so eat them up. So making sure, too, that you are eating the less sugary fruits, which is at the top of the list. But once you start going down the list here, you know, you get into your pineapples and your bananas and your papayas. Those are very high in sugar. They're so good for you because they're a fruit and they definitely have their perks. But again, if you want to lose your weight, if you want to really get the best results possible, stick to the top of the list. And then red container sardines, I will tell you, I am not one to eat sardines. I'm not going to be eating the red container with sardines in it. However, I do have a lot of chicken and turkey breast, okay? We do eat fish and eggs and Greek yogurt and all of that. Shakeology is your red container. I eat that every single day, and you can see as we go down the list. Turkey bacon, I love it, but it's definitely not something that we eat on a daily basis. And I'm going to actually just kind of scroll back down through, save some time. You guys get the gist, and you can figure out what you want to eat. Now, this is really great for meal planning, you know. You're starting to get into an idea. Okay, well, for breakfast then, I could have eggs as a red container with some peppers or some spinach or something in them for a vegetable. So you can have a red and a green container for breakfast. And maybe you're like, I really need a carb in the morning. So you could go with a sweet potato or you could go with oatmeal. Those are usually my go-tos. And they're going to fill you up longer, right? So keeping that in mind. And your metabolism is a metabolism booster as well. So start to get in the thought process of figuring out which containers to use. And then you can go through your substitutions. It will tell you all about substitutions, your treats, and then there's recipes for like cookies, oatmeal cookies, chocolate chip cookies, that kind of stuff through the meal plans that are actually definitely the healthiest version of what you could do. And then here is your free foods, talking about water and how you can infuse it. I infuse my water all the time. I also drink LaCroix water, and I have an empty can sitting right here. It took me a while to enjoy LaCroix water. I thought that it tasted nasty at first. But again, it's just because there's not really any flavor and it's carbonated water, but it's like lemon and lime flavoring. It's just subtle. But I love it now because my taste buds are not used to, you know, high sugar foods, and to me it tastes good. And it gives you the water bar, mixers, mix-ins, coffees, teas, all of that good stuff. Excuse me. Okay, and then here is your meal plan. So here's a great sample 3-day country heat meal plan and get you started. Maybe you want to start it today or tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Here is your options. So you have your seasonings and condiments sample meal plan. So breakfast, you could choose a hard-boiled egg or Greek yogurt sprinkled with some cinnamon, with some berries, or, you know, here you go. This is just, there's some definitely some examples here. And 10 a.m. snack, you want to aim to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. Lunch choices, dinner, and beyond. Okay? So here's your recipes then too. It will go into seasonings, how to make different seasonings, how to use the containers for recipes. And again, if you have not heard, we have a Fix8, which is our fixed cookbook with all of the containers, so it's easier to cook for your family and stuff. We have a Fix8 cooking show coming on August 19th right here on your on-demand with Autumn and her brother, who is a chef. So it's something that you want to mark on your calendars and definitely check out. But here's some great green containers. Here's some sauteed kale, all of this, okay? So I'm not going to spend much more time because you guys obviously can do this on your own, but I wanted to just go over this with you so you understand and you have a little bit more support knowing that I'm here and I'm explaining this and I can help you. But we all just start, and for most it's the start that stops us, and we don't want that for you. You invested into this challenge pack. You invested your time. You are investing your time into this challenge group. You're here to make friends. You're here to post. Schedule out your time that you're going to be in this group and present. Even if it's 2 minutes a day, set it on your phone. Hold yourself accountable to getting results. This is your time. Don't put this on a shelf and let it collect dust. Don't catch yourself saying this doesn't work. It's too hard. I don't know what to do. You have everything at your fingertips. It's right here. It's between the ears. This is what needs to change, and it's that mindset. So commit, decide, commit, succeed, and we are here for you. Let's rock this out.